Greetings, Earthlings. Have you ever tried to think how the planet Earth filled with water? You get curious. Probably, you tried to search to the internet. What did you find? Do you agree to their theory? Today we will talk about the origin of water in Earth. But before we start, I need your mind to be open as wide as possible to any possibilities. Because what we will discuss today is very different from what you usually knew, saw or heard. If you already watched my previous videos, and tried to relate each discussion to each other, you will notice that I mentioned little by little about the existence of aliens, our space brother. Not all what we have here on Earth are appeared by itself, or by natural process. Some of them are systemically placed, arranged or created to become more effective to support life on Earth. It's just like you wants to create a large aquarium. You will put some aquatic plants, rocks or piece of corals, adding some devices, and lastly placing your preferred fish. In other words, you are creating another world, another environment in your own hands. It does not appear by itself, you simply created, without any magical powers, but with the little help of science. Same concept here on Earth. The water did not appear by itself or brought by wet meteors. It was intentionally placed by someone to start a new life, but this time a very advanced science has a big factor to accomplish the task. This was happened thousands of years ago in our planet, and yet we still too far to that level of science. To explain better, let's read details from my trusted source. Here it is. There is much water in the galaxy, in the form of ice. There are planets that are almost exclusively made of ice. To transfer is simple. We install two transport gateways in tuned, one in a source of water or ice, and the other on the planet in question. Special equipment is used to remove water or ice, and send it by the gateway continuously. Soon, a great quantity of water will be transferred to the new planet. This water will be always doing its cycle on the new planet because once there, it never leaves. This process was done on Earth as well in the old days. The other planets would require much more effort to equalize. When they decided to colonize your solar system, Mars was one of the options. They put some amount of water there as well as plants and animals later. After some years, they found that the Earth took much advantage. Mars lacked the richness of mineral characteristics as those found on Earth's crust after formation. Mars has water in lakes, but the greater reserve is the groundwater, in the subsoil layers. Then they decided to start the colonization of your solar system on the planet Earth, when the first cooled thin crust appeared. They put enough water on Earth, wondering if it would be more permeable when cooled enough to absorb much of it. But the calculations of permeability did not hit much with the results, and the Earth got a large stock of water on its surface. They could have removed the excess water, but it was very good as well. The little blue planet began to live. The theory of our scientists is that the water was brought by meteors drop by drop. But could you honestly imagine that? Ask our scientists or yourself, why only the Earth has been graced to receive with such billion wet meteors and the other planets in your solar system received only the dry ones. This theory has no scientific basis, it is only a conjecture. When I first encountered this information from my source, I couldn't believe what I knew because it looks like a fictional science. But later on I realized that anything he said was a point, so I decided to find the answer to myself. Now it's your turn to find out whether you believe or not. I'm not here to convince you, we are here to enlighten you. You have the ability to think and to make your conclusion. Soul searching is a sign of awakening. Being ready is just like how to convince yourself. Now you heard another source of information on how there was water on our planet Earth. If you think it does make any sense. If you think it is impossible, then try to think again how the Pyramid of Giza was built. Each block has a weight in tons. Until today none of our technology can duplicate the Pyramid of Giza. One day our scientist will found that it is not just an ordinary pyramid. It's an amplifier. We already started to discuss about creation. I think that our future topic will become more and more interesting. Before we proceed to the history of Earth and to our solar system, we will discuss first the history of our moon. Do you have any reactions? Comment your reaction below. See you on my next video from the Knowledge from Beyond.